more, it will be okay. We'll just have to see how far the waves come now that we are this far inland.
Thank you. Repeat it again. We'll see.
I think it's we'll just have to see how far the waves come now that we are this far inland.
What is that? What kind of an action is that? What are you doing when you're doing that?
Kind of waiting, whether my judgment was correct or not.
Yes, waiting. What are you doing when you're waiting, when you're making that kind of a statement?
Seeing.
Read it again. We'll see.
We'll just have to see.
We'll just have to see how far the waves come.
Now that we are this far inland.
Now that we are this far,
inland.
We can now look back and see how far those waves came.
Right.
Ah.
Well, it's like we'll have to see how far the waves come now that we are this. It's like to see.
Now that we have gone this far.
It's a question of how far the wave will come.
That's right. But when are you willing to see how far?
After I go.
After you've gone that certain distance,
yeah.
Right? When you reach this distance, then you can turn around and look, can't you? Right?
And I don't think.
And then you'll see how far the waves came. Agree?
Yeah, especially this big one. It was like a sumi wave or one of those big tsunami waves.
Yeah. So now that you're farther along, now you can see just how far that wave came. That whatever the wave is. Mm-hmm. Now you can see how. Come on, put other words on it. I can see how what?
How far along?
How far along? You can now gauge what?
Where I am with respect
where you
to
are.
the wave.
Now you can see where you are and where
the wave is. Because I think we're beyond it.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't have to run that far. Well, that's all right. Okay, that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
But you are now willing to say that you can turn around after this and judge that, aren't you? Right. Say, is there something going on in your life now that it's gone a certain distance, you can turn around and better look at it?
Yeah, for sure. I've seen.
Yeah, but there's something wrong about that. You're not doing what?
I'm not sure whether I've hit the mark or not.
When in fact, in terms of the dream,
it's saying that I've hit the mark. I'm pretty close to it. Now I can turn around and reflect on it.
Well,
see where I've been.
Look here, we spent a few minutes on a dream tonight, right? Right? Now, is there any advantage in seeing these things in your daily life through this dream?
It's just so funny.
Share the joke. Come on.
Because I have not had a good dream. Well, not a good dream. I haven't had
a good dream.
I mean,
they're all good. Go ahead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I haven't remembered a dream for some time, and I was so tired. I remember it said, "I am so exhausted about everything that's going on. I just would love some help right now." And I remember before I went to sleep, I said, maybe my dreams will help me. And that's where this came from.
Let me ask you again. So, did you enjoy going over this?
Yeah.
What was it like seeing the way it might apply in your everyday world?
Well, it's kind of funny. Number 3 is really a personal one.
Okay.
And it really hit home, to tell you the truth.
All right.
I think that was a phone call to a friend or mother.
Yeah. No, look.
And, that was good, actually. It's nice. I think I dealt with her fine.
See. let's
I'm
look
still
at...
uneasy about 2 though, and 1 and 2. I mean, waking up, I mean, it was a really good dream, and I feel very grateful that I could have some help like this, but I feel like I'm not, in my waking world, I feel like I am not using it to my best advantage.
Oh. Look here. Don't worry, there's always room to criticize whatever you're doing. Always wait until the last, though, before you do that, right? Or let your friends do it, because you know,
Right.
they're good at it, too. All right, now go back. You had the dream, you wrote it down, right? You recorded it, you offered it tonight.
Right.
Did you talk about it to anyone?
No, I haven't talked to you.
All right, we put it on the board, we did this work, we asked you to see whether there are any comparable scenes in your everyday world. And now we're interested in what it's like to look at your everyday world through the eyes of this dream.
Oh. it's like drop my everyday world, enjoy the dream.
Okay.
I mean, because my vision of it through the eyes of my everyday world. If I understand what you're saying, or maybe I don't.
That's okay. Say, in order to be able to say that you benefit, or there is any benefit at all right, let's take a moment out. That means you have to be able to locate your position. Here, wherever that here is. That means you should be able then to see what's above you, what's below you. Because, you see, maintaining what we are means we keep. Maintain. We maintain, we maintain the good we've achieved. That's what it means. And we're still struggling for something higher, right? And we have to see what we have to do to reach that. Otherwise, you have no direction. You're just hoping. Now, that's an interesting thing, you see. This is called protection. Right? When you know where you are and you know what you have to achieve, you know the assets, you know the difficulties you have, then that allows you to go forward with a certain kind of psychic protection. I'm going to use this language for a moment. All right? Now, to reach that higher, you want to hold fast to it. Right? You want to be able to maintain it, the higher. See, when you reach out for something higher, you don't want to be in the situation where, even though you've reached it, you're having difficulty admitting that you've reached it. There's a conflict about holding on to it. So therefore, there's a certain interesting thing that we need for this curious idea of benefit, and that is called perfection. Perfection is the willingness to hold fast to it, the higher. That's what it's called. Now, to do that means we have to face what's blocking us, holding back to false beliefs about yourself and the world about you, right? That's what's below us. Right? And what we need to do in some way is to lift ourselves out of the lower to go to the higher, right? We need to